this is just going to be us celebrating each other, because here tonight we've got some of our topmost fundraisers. So it's just a little celebration, and I'm going to name and shame and celebrate you tonight. But we've got in our presence tonight, we've got Nathan Keelan, who is currently number one. He's number one on our leaderboard, and he has raised $3,300.
Wow.
Woo.
Wow.
That's pretty awesome, Nathan.
And somehow he is also working 85 hours a week at the moment, so which is just incredible. So thank you, Nathan. Just a champion. Next, we have number 2 on the leaderboard. We have Louise Kitchen.
Yay, Louise.
And she's raised an incredible $2,185, which is just outstanding.
Well done.
So much. And she's just such a humble fundraiser, but you're just doing such amazing things. And then we have number 3. We have Chris Wiles, all the way up in Babinda in Cairns. So he's number 3 on our leaderboard. And he's currently raised, I say currently because he's still getting donations coming in, which is just fantastic. He's currently raised $2,113. You're our founder and our chief cheerleader. Like, we've just got to get you some pom-poms, I think.
Well, did you like these ones that I was doing?
God.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Chris, when we were deciding, we decided we could do outreach. We could do consultancy allied health services to regional Queensland. And one of the reasons we chose Cairns was the enormous support that the community, including leaders like you, give to Muscular Dystrophy Queensland. And we felt that we should pay that support back. So that's why Cairns got Lynn and more recently Emma.
Oh, well,
So, you know, what comes around goes around, I guess, but thank you so much for all the wonderful, wonderful dedicated work that you've done over the years.
thank you for saying so. Look, so nobody was there. Well, Penny was there when I first, found out about you guys, and you'd run your final ride in Redcliffe, and the decision, as I understand, was being made to round that out, until I walked into the office after that year and said, we've got our diagnosis that year. So I walked into your office and said, you better tell me what to do because I'm doing it. And you didn't really tell me what to do. But, when you get a diagnosis, then I didn't know what to do. So I'm just doing what I thought was a good thing. And sometimes it has been, and sometimes it sort of hasn't, but here we are. Now we've got Nathan, so I can put my feet up a little bit. Look, thank you for saying so, but I don't, it's not needed. I appreciate it, but it's not needed.
We've got Helene, who's come in at number 6 on the leaderboard. And I think, I can't remember what we said that you could raise in the beginning, but it might have been $500. And she said, I don't think I can do that. I said, yes, you can.
I was really annoyed when you said we put you down for 1,500 because I thought, I'm never going to raise 1,500. But the evil Barbies helped me. So I'm a member of a group of women who get together every Monday and Wednesday at 6 o'clock, and our personal trainer's called Evil Barbie. And they did a walk and a breakfast at Shorncliffe, and they all raised a lot of money to help me. And then I've got really lovely family and friends like my brother I was just talking to, and I hit them up once a year.
And I'm part of the MDQ crew, which I think is mostly staff members. So, and we raised $2,906, which is just a testament to our team. We've got people that work day in, day out for our clients, our community members, but they put themselves on the line too with fundraising, which is just outstanding. So, and then last but absolutely not least, and there's other reasons to celebrate Tracy as well, but Tracy's come into at number 9 on our leaderboard.
Ooh.
And she has raised $1,389, but also she was very instrumental in getting the school team on board, Gregory Terrace, through her involvement with the Another program. And I didn't put down, but they raised, what did they raise? They raised, as a school team, as smelly school students, they raised $1,981. So
Wow.
just outstanding, and just your, whatever you did on those days with those boys to get them motivated, to get them empathise with people with a neuromuscular condition, but then also to just go out and ask money and bug people. Whatever you did, you absolutely nailed it, and you're just, I love your photos as well. All the photos.
Thank you. Thanks, Bruce. We made them walk. Usually during the program, we'll bus them down to the city and then put them into the wheelchairs. But this time we made them walk to the city in the wheelchairs. So we had the carer and the kids in the chairs, and if anyone knows what Brisbane City is like, Gregory Terrace it's just full of hills, and they navigated the roads and the footpaths, and it was actually a really good experience for them, because when we get them into town, normally when we bus them in, the city is quite flat. There's not a lot of difficulty in the city, but this was really, really good. It opened their eyes to how difficult it is in a wheelchair to navigate footpaths and streets and all kinds of things. So yeah, it was fun. It really was fun, and they enjoyed it. Yeah, so I'm just glad to help. It is so difficult. It really is. Even here in my own suburb, I know how to get from point A to point B, and I only know that by trial and error. There's footpaths that I won't go up. There's streets that I won't go down, and most of the streets around me, I actually have to travel on the street because there is no footpaths. So I'm actually on the road when I'm traveling, and I do quite a bit of distance. You know me, Helene.
Yeah, I do. Very well, Tracy.
Exactly. So yeah, it is difficult, and but we're just getting the word out there slowly. Each time we do these programs, those kids are our future, and that's what we keep trying to drill into them. But that they will be our future. So please make it better for us. But initially, I said I want to take wheelchairs into schools and get kids' bums into those chairs and let them experience what it's like, just for half a day or whatever, what it's like to be in a wheelchair. And even though that we're going in with manual chairs, they are quite difficult. And I'm now in an electric chair myself, but I know when I was trying to navigate footpaths and that in a manual chair, it's even more difficult, because manual chairs sit lower to the ground, the foot plates and that. And so these kids truly experience it, and they get out of these chairs and they're just, wow, this is ridiculous. And they're going, yeah, it is, isn't it? So yeah.
Yeah, so that was your brainwave. And they took the ball and they ran with it, and now there's this really popular program happening, and Tracy is a speaker and Tristram is a speaker in that program. It's called the Another program.
Yep.
I want to give a big shout out to Nathan and his efforts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially with just the amount of, he works long hours and is caring for his boy. And is there any chance we get to see Slater tonight, or is he not keen to make an appearance? Because he is famous.
Yeah. Come say hello.
Because he must be your cheerleader. I'm guessing Nathan Slater's your
Yes,
cheerleader.
There he is.
Hey, buddy.
Hey.
It's Bruce.
Nice to meet you. What's on his shirt?
Logging out.
Logging out. I've heard that you love. What games do you love to play with your dad?
Fortnite.
Fortnite. Who's better
Oh.
at it?
Me.
You're the best.
How old are you, Slater? You're 10, aren't you?
9.
Oh, because I've got a grandson who's 10, and he's got Fortnite t-shirts, and he loves it. Fully sick. And
Fully
yeah,
sick.
you get on well with him.
And who's your favourite footy team?
The Raiders.
The Raiders.
No,
And
I
who's
don't
your-
agree with you.
Who's your favourite player?
I'm not sure.
You're not
They're all-
sure.
Is
They're all your favourites.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. I reckon you're a bit of a legend, and all these people here raised lots of money for Muscular Dystrophy Queensland, but I reckon they each were motivated a little bit because they heard about you and how much of a champion you are. So, and you're pretty famous around Muscular Dystrophy Queensland now.
Yeah.
Do you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah. A bit of a hero. But yeah, and did you cheer your dad on a lot? You wanted him to do even more distance, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what would you say to your dad to cheer him on?
I'm not sure.
Not sure.
He'd just wait until I got home and ask how much I'd done, and then he would say, I'd say sort of a low number, and he'd be like, "Oh yeah, it's okay." And then I'd tell him how much I actually did, and he'd be like, "Wow, that's good." This year, I think I'll try and take some time off and see if I can really put some big numbers down. I've got an idea in my head that I wanted to do 10 kilometers for every exon in the dystrophin gene, so 790k.
Nice.
But we'll see what I can come up with by then, and where I'm working, and see if I can get some time off.
I walked not very far, I only did 120, just over 120 in a month.
I ran 120, so that is heaps of walking.
I
No.
walked 120. It's a lot.
Yeah.
Not
Well
in a
done.
month. Not in a month.
Yeah, it is.
I didn't get out every day, but those days that I didn't get out, I made up for it the next day. So, and it was quite enjoyable. I found some new routes around home. Yeah, avoiding the magpies. led me to find cover that was a little bit more dense than the eucalypts around. And yeah, it was fun with the dogs and finding things to stop and look at. Yeah, I like looking down and looking up when I'm walking.
Yeah.
I figure if the dogs do it, I can do it too.
I just also want to make special mention to Incedo Business Solutions as well, who supported us through the dollar match days, which and in other ways, which was the equivalent of $10,000 of support, which meant that we could all get out there and do our fundraising. So that's just outstanding.
I want to talk about a wheelchair. And it's a power chair, and one of our community members passed away and donated his wife donated his power chair to us. And we've done ride, walk, roll, and we've done a lot of kilometers, and that power chair that was donated to us has done thousands of kilometers. So there are people who are and if that chair could talk, it'd be able to tell you about all the people we've loaned the chair to. So when you've got a power chair, I've only really realised this in the last few years. The bottom part is okay. You can lend it to lots of people, but the seat is bespoke. So you have to get it shaped to fit your size. Is that right, Tracy?
That is
Yeah.
correct, yes. Yes.
So there are people who are waiting for their power chairs from the NDIS, and if it's their first power chair, they might have to wait for a year. Yes, Tracy?
Yes, that is correct.
So it takes time to get it all measured, and then the NDIS, it goes into the NDIS churn. Then that, in their own good time, they approve the chair, and then it takes what, 3 months for the build?
At least 3 months, yes.
Okay, so we're looking at a year. Now, if someone doesn't have a power chair, that's a whole year they don't have legs, you know,
Yes.
they have to be pushed around in a manual chair, and we think that's third world. So this chair that was donated, we've used it and we've rebuilt the top several times, and we've got lots of connections with our suppliers, and also with really generous donors who just want to fund equipment. So we bring them in and we say, and we've got our own fundraising dollars. So, and also, if you're going to have one of these chairs, you've got to have your physio go out and do an assessment and measure up with the supplier. So this chair has been rebuilt 4 or 5 times, and it's been under somebody's bum, helping them to mobilize for up to 12 months at a time. And today, or yesterday, I was contacted because there are a couple of guys with Duchenne who are refugees and they need a power chair. And I said to Lynn, how's that chair going? And she said, oh, it's just come back from somebody. I think we'll be able to lend it out, and we may not have to rebuild it.
Wow.
So for me, that's one of the wonderful things we do. We give people their wheels, and they can be independent within their community while they're waiting for their chair. And I just thought, let's not talk about our person we've helped. Let's do the story of the chair. And
yes,
that's the sort of thing we spend our charitable dollars on. And that's why we're so excited about the amount of money you've raised, because we can do more of that.
I can say that you guys have been a part of my life for nearly 40 years now, and everything that you have done for me, my mom, my sister, we would not have been where we are today without you. You know, you're always there on the phone, on the other end of the phone for us. You've done so much for my family.
And I don't know if we've said it enough, and I don't think we can, but just thank you everyone here, and also everyone that's not part of this tonight, but just thank you so much for your support. We're just absolutely stoked that we raised over $40,000, and it just really means so much, and it does put wheels to everything that we do as an organisation.
Well, I've got a moment. I've got to say, I'm really pleased. You know, as I said earlier, I'm out riding a push bike, but I'm really, really stoked that, you know, people are doing it for themselves. It's fantastic. Awesome.
Yeah, you're awesome.
Oh, you got the doggy.
On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. Right.
Right.
Oh!